The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is our reaction to Demetrius Andrade's victory over Jake Keeler. I'll start this one off with G. What were your thoughts on that? Luke. Did I say Jake Keeler? Luke Keeler.
Yeah, so, this sounds. I like Boo Boo, I really do, but I have to be critical. He started off strong, right? And I think it's because he smelled the blood in the water, so he was going for the kill. But then midway through the fight, he started slowing down, and I forgot the commentator's name, but he said something which is true, right? No, it wasn't a commentator, excuse me, it was the trainer on the other side. He's like, you could hear him yelling, he's tired. And that's when Boo Boo like always puts his hands down and he's like showboating. And he's not really showboating. He's like resting, you know? And it's getting to the point where it's like, it's too obvious. And so I feel like if he's really part of this snack gang or whatever, they need to be working on his endurance, you know? But I do like the fact that he's slippery in the ring. And he had, what's the dude's name, Luke?
Yeah, Luke Keeler.
He couldn't find a solution, and so to me it was one-sided. But I wasn't necessarily impressed by Boo Boo's performance on this fight. I felt like he should have been able to take the dude out, you know, earlier. And so, you know, you dropped him like on round one, right? It was round one. He dropped
him with the first punch. Bro.
Yeah, and then if you're going so hard like that, like I'm telling you, like the first probably 6 rounds, he was trying to knock him out, like for real. Like he was planting his feet, trying to take this dude out, and he couldn't do it. So then I'm like beginning to wonder, like, if you fight Charlo or somebody, you're gonna have problems. So yeah, but salute to him, he still won. You know, like shout out to my mans, but I think you should do better. That's what I'm saying.
True.
Hey, like G hit all the points on the head. One thing that I did notice about Boo Boo. Hey, listen, everybody likes Boo Boo. You know what I'm saying? This is what I seen. Boo Boo went in there, and when he hit him with that shot that he went down, the whole time Boo Boo went in there he was winging shots, wild shots, trying to get this guy out of there. And I think he tried so hard trying to get this guy out of there for the first 6 rounds, he gassed out. And when he gassed out, it was just, you know, it's just time. You know what I'm saying? Time playing his course. Boo Boo's the type of fighter that he fights to the level of his competition. You know what I'm saying? So you put him in there with an elite guy, he's gonna fight like an elite fighter. You put him in there he's gonna just do enough to win. He always finds a way to win. That's the one thing that you could say about Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, is that he will find a way to win, because he has proved it. Every fight, he finds a way to win. Sometimes it's not a masterpiece, it's not beautiful, but he fights at the level of his competition.
You know, I hate that I agree with Trill, man. Like 100%, man. Like, it's like I want to be like, you know what? You missed something, but I can't. Truthfully, yes. I think when you drop a man with one punch, like the first punch you throw, you think, man, this is going to be the easiest night of my life. And I think I watch him throw so many heavy punches. And if you've never trained in the sport of boxing, I encourage you to try. And then when you try, we teach a boxing class. And G knows this particular student I'm going to talk about. He throws every punch hard. So to the point where he's done after 2 rounds. Sometimes he even has to go and throw up because he's like physically exerted himself to the point of having to vomit. And we tell him all the time, yo, you don't have to throw every punch as hard as you can. But he still does it, and he still gets tired. And we'll get him to slow down, and then by the time he's throwing again, bam, 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 as hard as he can. So the reason I'm telling you this is Demetrius Andrade usually fills it out, moves around. His tank is usually going down slowly, but he's able to control it. But when he dropped this man with one punch, he's thinking, I have a chance to put on one of the most exciting fights of my career, Super Bowl weekend, You know, on the verge of Super Bowl weekend, in front of all these people, I have a chance to steal the show. I have a chance to become, and he threw everything early. And he emptied the tank quickly. And that's what happens. We've seen this happen in the sport a number of times where a guy empties the tank quickly. And once you empty the tank, it's very difficult to recover, but you got to give him credit for that. But the person you got to give credit to is Luke Keeler, because he could have gone, he could have given up, but he said, no, I'm not going out like that. I'm not going to be a guy who's flattened in the first round. I'm not going to be a guy who quits. I'm not going to be a guy who gives up. And you got to respect him for that. But I think Demetrius Andrade threw too many power punches, and he gassed himself out quickly. And you know, I tell people this all the time: when you're training, you don't have to throw every punch as hard as you can. If you throw every punch as hard as you can, you're going to be tired. And there are a number of other things that are negative about throwing every punch as hard and as fast as you can. Like, you'll get timed. Someone can get used to the impact of your punches and all types of things. So I think Andrade was trying to do something out of character. He gassed out. Hopefully he learned from it. And brings me to my next thing. Eddie Hearn sent an offer to Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo apparently said he never received an offer, or they never received an offer, to which Eddie Hearn pulled up the offer. True even was CC'd on the offer.
I got the offer. I see.
Yeah, and I was blind copied. The offer was apparently sent out to Jamal Charlo, and the fight's not happening. Do you think the fight should happen? If the fight happens, who would you pick in that fight?
Listen, everybody is, like I said before, Boo Boo always finds a way to win, and I'm not saying that he would beat a Charlo. I'm just saying it's a difficult fight for anybody who fights Boo Boo, and nobody is going out their way to fight a difficult fight with Boo Boo when they're trying to get a mega fight with like a Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody else, or a Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Because they still gonna get more money for fighting those type of guys than the fighting a Boo Boo. So they're like the risk doesn't equal the reward. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he said he didn't get that email. But in this case, the risk does equal the reward. Because I heard it was up from $7 to $8 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? Eddie was throwing out money, and I heard this a long time ago. He like, if he didn't get it, he had to just turn on his Instagram. Because I was saying, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, Eddie, forget you didn't get the email. Eddie was saying this on Twitter, on Instagram. He was telling everybody anybody that would listen. So if I got wind of this, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you got wind of this. And you can just say, like, listen, you know what I'm saying? He's a weird guy. I'm not trying to go in there and fight this awkward guy. You know what I'm saying? Be real to yourself, but don't do the whole I didn't get the email, because everybody knew. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got it.
Everybody got it.
G?
You know, I'm usually the PBC advocate on this show, but I have to be real. I can't even defend this, man. It seems like Charlo ducking, man. And although I can understand, but don't lie, because now, you know what I mean, it looks bad. And the fact that Eddie pulls out the receipts, it looks worse. You know, like, so.
It's good money, too.
Yo, and that's why I'm like, I can't defend it, because the money's so good. It's like, why not take the fight, right? Unless
and it's another champion.
Just like, you're not going there. Because I don't believe Charlo would not go to DAZN to get that bread. It has to be his handler saying, yeah, you're not doing that. You know, I don't know if it's Al Haymon, I don't know if it's Fox, but somebody, the powers that be, is shutting it down. And because of that, it looks bad on Charlo. It doesn't look bad on PBC, really, because Charlo's the fighter. Everyone's just going to blame him, even though I feel like the business side of boxing is preventing this great fight. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I feel bad for Charlo, man, because I feel like he lied, but I could understand why he had to lie.
This is the problem. This is why none of you guys are going to be Floyd Mayweather. This is why none of you guys are going to be Manny Pacquiao. And why I say their names isn't just even to be as great as them. You're never going to be as big as them. You're never going to be as big as Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao fought Morales. He fought Barrera. When it was a risky fight, he took on the tough challenges. Floyd Mayweather took on the tough fighters and he beat them. Floyd Mayweather's Floyd Mayweather because he took the toughest fighters of his time and made them look ordinary. Look at the guy dominating the sport right now, Canelo. Floyd took him and gave him a boxing lesson. That's why he's Floyd. Pacquiao's Pacquiao because he took guys who were dominating the sport and made them look ordinary. That's why he's Pacquiao. You can't be at the level of these guys and not taking risk. You want us all to just give it to you, but you don't want to earn it. If you want to fight Canelo and you're Demetrius Andrade and you're Jamal Charlo, you have to fight one another. And then when you win, the public's going to say, well, Canelo, we want to see you fight this guy because he just did that to this guy. So I can't go at Demetrius Andrade because his promoter sent an offer. So I have to believe if his promoter sent an offer, he wants to fight. He's been calling out the Charlos for the longest time as well, but he put his money where his mouth is, literally, and sent an offer. So I can't say he doesn't want to fight. But if you're Jamal Charlo and you want to be great and you want to be the guy and you want to fight Canelo, Canelo just so happens to be on the zone. Well, hell, I send a counter offer and say, I fight Demetrius Andrade for $7 million. If I win, I get Canelo next. Boom. Do I need to be your advisor? Do I need to be the guy setting up the fights for you? If you want Canelo, earn it. Earn it. And hell, getting a $7 million payday in the process, who can argue with that? Who can argue with that? But you guys, man, you guys want it all. You want the big fight. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to earn nothing. And that's not the way it ever was.
Nah, definitely. I just want to jump in right there. I totally agree with everything you're saying. I was just checking who are the champions who got the belts right now. The WBO belt is Boo Boo got the WBA. Triple G got the IBF. Canelo is the super champion at the but Murata got the regular belt, and Jamal Charlo. I don't know why they just won't unify the WBA and the WBC, and then these guys can go after Canelo. Exactly everything that you were saying. You know what I'm saying? Like
I actually, not to cut you off, but I agree with the approach. However, the only problem is Eddie doesn't manage Canelo. So unless the zone can make an executive decision to say yeah, we can make that happen, Eddie doesn't have the power to do that. You know, so that's the only thing.
Well, Canelo
why not?
Because he is Canelo still is under contract with the zone.
Yeah,
he doesn't manage him.
Yeah,
but we see.
Golden Boy works with the zone.
Yeah. So it'll have to be the zone will have to talk to Oscar to see if they can actually.
Once again, I said you send a counter offer. See, here's the problem with what I hear Wilder saying and what I hear Jamal Charlo saying. You understand the art of negotiation. The first thing you receive isn't the final, right? So you want Canelo. You can say, okay, I'll fight Demetrius Andrade if the winner gets Canelo. And then Eddie Hearn has something to work with. Now he can go to Golden Boy and say, look, they're going to fight each other, and then the winner gets Canelo. And Oscar might say, beautiful, this is lovely. And then Canelo might say, wonderful.
All I'm saying
I'll take that easy money.
You don't even have to put that in the contract. As soon as one of these guys face each other and they both the unified champion, the world is going to want to see it. And then you got,
I agree.
And Canelo wants to be great, yo. You know what I'm saying? He's going to fight. He's talking about, you know what I'm saying? Right now he's going to go fight Billy Joe Sanders, right? He's saying I can still make 160. You know what I'm saying? But the fight got to be good. These guys go in here and fight and be unified. They can make it. If not, you get another big fight with another guy that got the belt. Triple G. Now he got the IBF. Now you got 3 belts. Now you're the guy. You know what I'm saying? Now you that man at 160. You know what I'm saying? And you can demand anything you want. You can start talking greasy if you want. You know what I'm saying?
This is even more reason why I came to defend Charles.
Now, I agree. The world's gonna want it. But if you just want that assurance, because there's excuses as to why. For me, If whoever wins that fight, if Andrade beats Jamal Charlo, the world's gonna be like, okay, he's the dude we want to see Canelo fight him. He won't even need it in the contract. And he's not asking for it, right? He's not. I think he understands that, so that's why he wants to fight. But if you're Jamal Charlo and you're saying, why do I have to fight you? I want the big fish, right? Well, then put it in writing. Then get it in writing. And I'm sure that's a possibility. I'm sure if Jamal Charlo beats Demetrius Andrade, Canelo would want the challenge because then it'll be a bigger fight. It'll be a huge payday, and everyone would get behind it. But what I can't stand is these fighters like acting like they just deserve to get the big fights. Like they just people earned it, man. Pacquiao's not Pacquiao because he started out just going after the big fish. Floyd's not Floyd because he's just like, yo, I only want to fight the big fish.
Guys, this is a big fight.
Exactly. This fight is the equivalent of Floyd Mayweather versus Diego Corrales. In order for Floyd to become Floyd, he had to beat Diego Corrales. That fight wasn't on pay-per-view. It was a regular fight. I watched it. It was one of the best. It was one of the biggest. It was two Hall of Famers fighting each other. Although Diego's not in.
Rest in peace, Diego.
Yeah.
Corrales.
So this is the equivalent of
Diego's not in?
No, he was on the ballot. Remember when we were doing? He was on the ballot. But so that's one thing. This is the equivalent of Manny Pacquiao fighting Morales at the time he fought Morales. He wasn't a pay-per-view star. These guys weren't pay-per-view stars then. You have to make the public want to see you. You make the public want to see you by beating guys who they consider to be good. And lastly, take control of your career. Hey, these fighters at PBC, you guys are starting to become so reliant on this person, trusting this guy's judgment so much, you're turning down career-defining, life-changing paydays. Yo, if you fight for $7 million and you win, your stock only goes up. But you keep fighting a guy for $2 million here, for $1 million, $1.5 million there, your highest payday is still going to be that. So when you come to negotiation with a guy like Demetrius Andrade who's getting paid more, his stock has risen because he's fought for more money than you. Andy Ruiz now is on the same level as Wilder with negotiations on money at this particular point in time because he's made more. You got to start thinking you are what you get paid, not what the potential value is down the line. You got to go for the money. You win a fight for $7 million. Now you have a baseline. I don't fight for less than $7 million anymore. And you won't have to if you keep winning. It'll keep going up. But you got to have this thing called confidence in order to do that. A lot of the moves that you fighters are making shows me you don't have confidence. You rather take the easy dub for short change than to gamble and get the big dollars.
Please like and subscribe and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you can also check out our podcast on all major streaming services. It's the Boxing Bros.